Felipe Massa has recently reignited a highly controversial debate surrounding the 2008 Formula One championship. 15 years after the infamous Crashgate scandal came to light, it was revealed that both the FIA and F1 were aware of the incident but chose to remain silent. This decision effectively cost the Brazilian driver what could have been his first and only championship. Now, the former Ferrari driver is determined to speed up the legal process, showing no signs of backing down. Massa has shared an update on the current status of the case, but could this case spark a wave of reactions concerning the 2021 championship as well? And if Massa were to win, what impact would this have on the credibility of the sport? The 2008 Singapore Grand Prix stands as one of Formula One's darkest moments due to the Crashgate scandal and its impact on the overall championship. Renault orchestrated a plan in which Nelson Piquet Jr. intentionally crashed his car, allowing his teammate Fernando Alonso, who had already pitted early, to take the lead. This crash reshuffled the race, and Massa, who had been in a good position, dropped several spots and eventually finished out of the points. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton secured a third-place finish. Given that the championship was ultimately decided by a single point, favoring Hamilton after his last corner overtake of Timo Glock in Brazil, Massa remains deeply affected by what transpired in Singapore. Massa's frustration wouldn't have boiled over to this extent if not for the comments made by Bernie Ecclestone last year, revealing that both the FIA and F1 had knowledge of the Crashgate scandal back in 2008, but deliberately chose not to act on it. This revelation has rekindled the tension between Massa and the FIA. As a result, the Brazilian driver has hired a top-tier law firm in Brazil, which has filed a lawsuit in London's High Court. The claim centers around the FIA's failure to properly investigate Piquet Jr.'s crash, arguing that had the FIA acted promptly, Massa would have been crowned the 2008 world champion. Although individuals like Flavio Briatore and Pat Simmons were banned from the sport as a result of the Crashgate scandal, Massa's pain stems from the fact that the race results were never annulled. For him, it's not just about punishing those responsible, it's about correcting what he sees as an injustice. Massa has repeatedly emphasized that this fight isn't for fame or financial gain, nor is it a personal vendetta against Lewis Hamilton. It's solely about bringing the championship trophy home, which he believes rightfully belongs to him. He's been open about his ongoing legal battle, providing updates on its progress, and reiterating that it's about achieving justice for the wrongs done during the 2008 season. Massa further explained that the lawsuit has been moving forward for several months, and while legal battles are never fast, he's determined to keep pushing until the outcome reflects what he considers justice. He admitted that it's been emotionally difficult to learn, after all these years, that the authorities knew about the orchestrated crash and chose not to intervene. For him, the case isn't just about revisiting old wounds, it's about fighting for what's right. While he acknowledges that he's no legal expert, he's confident in the team of professionals he has assembled, who are working hard to ensure justice prevails. Although Massa has repeatedly stated that his fight is not with Lewis Hamilton, he also mentioned that the two have not discussed the situation. Given the potential outcome of this legal battle, it's clear that if Massa wins and Hamilton's first championship is stripped away, it will stir a lot of emotions. Whether we support Hamilton or not, having a title taken away this many years later could leave an even bigger stain on the sport than the original 2008 scandal. Changing the outcome of a championship 15 years after the fact would undoubtedly open Pandora's box, inviting questions and challenges related to other controversial championships, such as the 2021 title. Formula One has grown significantly since then, reaching new markets and expanding its global fan base. If old controversies are revisited and results are overturned, it could damage the sport's legitimacy in the eyes of new fans and investors. Despite whether it's legally justifiable, changing the results of an event that happened over a decade ago could make F1 look unprofessional and unsettled. It's hard to argue that something settled 15 years ago should now come back to haunt the sport. And should the FIA rule in Massa's favor, Hamilton could potentially initiate his own investigation into the 2021 season, particularly regarding the controversial last-lap battle between him and Max Verstappen. We've already seen how races can conclude under a safety car, like in Baku earlier this year. Allowing a single lap of racing between Hamilton and Verstappen in 2021 added to the controversy, and many feel that changing decisions long after the fact would only undermine the sport further. The situation could make Formula One look chaotic to its ever-growing fan base. Massa himself mentioned that he hasn't had contact with Hamilton over this matter. However, he stressed once again that his issue isn't with Lewis instead, it's with how the 2008 Singapore GP was handled. For Massa, cancelling that race and wiping it from the results is the ultimate goal. While Massa's argument certainly holds weight, the potential consequences would be massive. Hamilton, for instance, might demand that the FIA void the results of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, though it's unlikely this would work in his favor. If both drivers from that race ended up with no points, Verstappen would still be the champion, thanks to having more race wins that season. Many critics argue that Massa should have secured his championship earlier in the season, rather than relying on the outcome of the final race. Nonetheless, what's done is done, and the sport has seemingly moved on. But it will be interesting to see how Formula One reacts to Massa's growing push for justice. Even though Ferrari has kept its distance from the case so far, largely due to their current situation with Lewis Hamilton expected to join the team in 2025, Massa still believes that Ferrari should be fully behind him. After all, they lost the championship together in 2008, and Massa feels strongly that the team should be supporting him as he pursues justice. He has expressed deep love and loyalty for Ferrari, considering them a major part of his life and career. From the fans to the opportunities he had while driving for them, Ferrari holds a special place in his heart. Therefore, Massa believes Ferrari should be by his side as he fights for what he feels they lost together. Massa is hopeful that Ferrari will step forward and provide him with the backing he needs. He remains confident that they will eventually support him because, as he sees it, it's the right thing to do. Throughout the years, when reflecting on controversial championships like the 2021 season, figures like Toto Wolff have voiced their strong opinions. Massa believes Ferrari will similarly come to his aid. For now, though, the team remains silent, but Massa's faith in Ferrari's eventual support remains unwavering. He hopes that they will join him in seeking justice for what happened during the 2008 Singapore GP, which cost them both the championship. Despite his belief that this fight isn't personal, Massa revealed that he's poured a significant amount of his own money into the case. This isn't a quick battle, and it's unlikely that it will be resolved anytime soon. Massa is prepared for a long journey, emotionally and financially, but he's convinced that seeking justice is the right path. Even though this case doesn't directly involve Hamilton or McLaren's win in 2008, it's clear that the outcome could have ripple effects across the sport. Massa admitted that the lawsuit has taken a toll on his finances, but he's willing to go all in for what he believes is right. The case has been going on for about 5 months now, and though the legal process is slow, Massa is committed to seeing it through. He hopes that justice will prevail, especially given how long he's waited for this moment. The emotional weight of knowing he lost a championship due to something that could have been prevented has driven him to this point, and he's prepared to keep fighting. Massa's determination to seek justice for what he views as a significant wrong in the sport has left him uncertain about when this case will come to an end. He has already endured over a decade of frustration, but he remains hopeful that the legal system will deliver the justice he feels he deserves. Whether or not this case sets a precedent for other controversies in Formula One, it's clear that Massa will keep pushing until he gets the resolution he seeks. So, could Massa actually win this case against the FIA, and if so, would it be the right move for the future of the sport? If Massa were to succeed, it could send shockwaves throughout the world of Formula One, potentially even calling into question the legitimacy of future and past championships. What do you think? Will Massa's pursuit of justice cause a massive shift in Formula One's history? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check out the video appearing on your screen right now for more analysis on this situation. And there you have it, Felipe Massa's relentless pursuit of justice could completely rewrite a piece of Formula One history. But what do you think? Could this be the start of a major shift in the sport, or is it too late to turn back time on a championship decided 15 years ago? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell, because you won't want to miss our next deep dive into the world of Formula One. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay fast and stay curious.